Let's go.
Heed my word. Show no mercy.
Ooh. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another gacha video. This is the 5th time I am trying to record this. Now, we're going to be watching my clear of Apocalyptic Shadow, stage 4, because my audio for it is scuffed. And my audio for the last 4 recordings has been scuffed as I've tried to figure out all of this. So while this video was supposed to be out Wednesday, it's probably going to come out more like Thursday morning-ish instead. So yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, it's not like this is a big deal or anything along those lines. This Apocalyptic Shadow is incredibly easy. I'm gonna go ahead and let the video start playing. Now, the teams I ran for this are Jingyuan, Sunday, and Jingyuan, Sunday, Robin, and Ho on side 1. He just absolutely destroys Aventry in this, especially with the follow-up attack buff, which is resistance ignore and all that other stuff. Like it's super good. And that team is just top tier. It's like an absolutely top tier team right now. And in my opinion, I think the release of Sunday made Jingyuan, if running together, like Jingyuan performs absolutely insanely. Obviously, a Glea would be better, but like I had him first, so I'm not gonna we're gonna stand our king. We're gonna stand our king. And then on side 2, I'm running a kind of a workaround comp right now. I think I change it up here in a second. I'm pretty sure I moved Tribbie to be right next to Jingliu. Yeah, here it is. So I move them because she's a destruction character, and so if she gets hit more, it's more likely energy to go to Tribbie as well. Blah blah blah. For AoE stuff, it doesn't really matter. It's just like small optimization, right? Anyways, running Lingsha, Jingliu, Tribbie E1, and Ron Mei. Pretty much all the characters on this account are either E0 with a possible S1. Tribbie is, I think, my first E1 on this account. As you can see there in my list of team lineup, right? I have no DPS. As I talked about this before in my previous video, I have no DPS. So, anyways, let's keep going on before I'm already 2 minutes into the video. I haven't got to the point yet. Obviously, I'm gonna get watch time. I get that watch time, right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. By the way, we'll go ahead and skip ahead 30 seconds, maybe. Opening of the battle, maybe. All right, there we go. Battle start. Cool. It's really not like there's no like secret strategy to this at all. Realistically, I'm just kind of doing this for the content. Honestly, at the end of the day, um, I the Jingyuan team just plays so well, and since the Apocalyptic Shadow buff actually ends up getting skill points, one of the things I optimized from my run of stage 3 to this stage, if I remember correctly, is that I ended up not using any skill points um, for Hoa. Ended up just being like, I don't need to run her skill points. She's fine. She's totally fine. I don't need to. Why would I need to run? What would I need to heal? It looks like I did heal though, so maybe I'm just full of it. So, um, Jingyuan just kills the dice so fast with the extra advancement from both Sunday and from Robin. I think here I'm just trying to optimize my Robin ultimate. Yeah, most likely this is going to optimize Robin ultimate. So I know in in my stage 3 run, I did not use it correctly and ended up losing out on some energy here and there. I did the same thing with Jingyuan's ultimate a couple of times in that run as well. So, okay, yeah, here I heal. It's whatever. I don't even think it was necessary to be perfectly honest with you. But then again, basic attacking isn't really necessary either because, to be perfectly honest, between Sunday and Jingyuan, this is pretty much over. Jingyuan having the ability to do so much damage constantly. If I remember correctly, I think he's at, I never look at it, but I'm pretty sure in battle he's at like 96% crit rate. Um, and that's not counting his own buff. No, he's at 100% crit rate. Absolutely, I'm pretty sure with his own buff, he's either at 96 or 100%, or like a little bit over 100% crit rate with Sunday's buff and his own crit buff. So this it feels good. He's critting 100% of the time, pretty much. The extra energy from Sunday is super good. The extra energy from uh, what's face is super good. And let me see if I can speed. There we go. Let's speed this up a little bit. 1.5 times on top of 1.5 times means I don't have to sit here all day watching through the whole thing. Because perfectly honest, I don't struggle at all. It's actually kind of crazy how easy this Apocalyptic Shadow is, which actually gives me an opportunity to kind of talk about. Um, they've talked about how they want to buff old characters and how they understand that the power creep has become real and the health stacking has become real on like NMOC and things along those lines. So I think this Apocalyptic Shadow is the first example of perhaps how they're planning to go forward. Maybe uh, this is really easy, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think in general, uh, accessible content is important, but I also know for Honkai Star Rail, like getting the uh, getting the characters and like beating the in-game content is kind of like their model. Like they sell eidolons, right? And one of the big things I think they did over like Genshin as an example, because that's Helio versus other big cash cow, is that where Genshin's eidolon or constellations were obviously more geared toward like E6, like E2, E6. Oftentimes, I feel like HSR gears far more toward E1, E2 instead of like C1 or C instead of like C2 to E6, C6. I know that may not make any sense, but they put a lot of power in Honkai Star Rail's uh, uh, first copy or second copy of a character, right? Whereas, and they're, I mean, the E6s on all these characters are absolutely insane as well, but I feel like they make them far more tempting in HSR. And with the way its endgame content is split up and how HSR has far more endgame content focus, it ends up like it ends up being kind of a bigger deal. I feel, and I think that's one of the I know that's a problem that some people have. Like people have been tripping out over Tribbie, tripping out over Tribbie. Watch my other video, tripping over Tribbie, where I pull for her E1 on this account, and it's actually it's good. It's as strong as people said it was. It's made my Jing Liu be able to clear things in MOC that I wasn't able to clear before with her. It's made me able to clear this pretty damn quickly. Like she just does a lot of assisted damage herself. She does a lot of damage herself, and she buffs everybody's damage like a ton, right? She's just as universal as Robin, if not more so in some cases, right? It's absolutely crazy. The supports in this game are so good. You will never go wrong investing in any support in the game. Even Bronya, right? Going all the way back to 1.0, right? Even Bronya is still viable today, um, with the right relics, and especially if you have her at E1, right? You want her at E1 because you want the extra chance to get a skill point back, and E2 gives you speed. Which by now, if you've been playing the game for almost 2 years, which is where we're coming on the second anniversary, it's very possible to have that, right? It's not it's very possible for even a free to play player to have that. So she's incredibly viable still by comparison to other supports. And I think that I'm okay with that. Like a lot of people have a problem with Tribbie being absolutely busted at E1, and I'm like, every character that has come out in this game since ever has been really strong at E1, and they've gotten worse. Yeah, they've gotten like better. Like these E1s have gotten better, but so have the characters. So of course their E1s are going to get better, right? Um, like as an example, Ron May's E1 is defense reduction, right, for her ultimate on top of having res pen in it already, right? She has the res pen that Tribbie has in skill, right? So this is actually a double. I'm doubling up on res pen here now that I think about it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Which actually explains probably why this team actually did pretty well because they do really well here. To talk about the AP, go back to talking about the AP Shadow a little bit. The Aventurine side is like whatever. It's super obvious, super straightforward. Jing Yuan just goes, and just destroys everything, no problem. Super easy cycle. It actually got me a few extra points over there because it's so fast. Because this side does not do as well. Because again, Jing Liu um, is not the best setup for us. Like I kind of wish I had pulled for the Herta, but then I wouldn't have Linksha. So it's one of the other. And I'm planning on pulling for Casterus, who will fit right into this team, and I will likely replace um, Ron May on this team with someone else. Now, sometimes I run Ting Yun for this team, uh, and that's like I prefer her for the energy buff on Jigglypuff, so you can get her ultimate more often. It's just really nice. It's why I would run Sunday if I'm not doing like double team comp sides, right? I think I have the skill and ultimate buff on this side, which is good because Tribbie does ultimate damage, Jigglypuff does ultimate damage, Lingsha does ultimate damage. They both, all three of them do skill damage, so it's very important that they continue to proc those. And Lingsha has been such a nice treat on this account. Mike, Lingsha is crit. I'm running her as a crit DPS right now because I don't run break comps on this account. Obviously, as you saw from my teams, I don't have. I have HMC, I have Ron May, I have Lingsha, but I don't actually have a break DPS. And I know you could make Lingsha into a break DPS, but I just didn't want to. Right? I just didn't. I just like I've played break on other accounts, and I just it's not. It's fun, but I don't want to play it again. So I was like, you know what? Lingsha, I'm gonna build her as a crit DPS, and she actually does a pretty decent amount of damage, especially in a Tribbie comp because she's hitting a bunch of targets, at least in this AoE scenario. So it's gonna be really fun in Pure Fiction. I actually haven't taken Tribbie into Pure Fiction since I got her. I might have to do a video on that as well. Hopefully, my audio for that will work, so I don't have to do this rambling recording over the top of it. Um, but this actually went really, 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 really well. Like I was actually surprised, and I had heard this Apocalyptic Shadow was really easy, but you know, people say that all the time, depending on account levels and things along those lines, investment. And this is not a none of my accounts are free to play. I've spent on all of my accounts at this point, other than my I have a couple of free to play accounts that I like tested and done things on, but I've never actually like showcased them, and I don't intend to anytime soon. Because free to play isn't really how I play the game. It's just not me. Um, and yeah, like Tribbie does so much damage. Like I know it doesn't look like a lot, and her build is kind of ass. And you'll see, I go over the build after this, so I'll pause and we'll look at them a little bit there. But her build is kind of bad because I don't actually have her on her signature relic set right now because I cannot for the life of me get any boots. I keep getting speed boots on the I don't want speed set, so that's a thing that I keep getting, and I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, it's not fun, not fun, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. um, yeah, I don't know. There's this is the first time I think I cleared AAP Shadow's account fully, I think. So that's nice. My pulling plans for the future for this account are to go for Casterus, like I said, and potentially I already have Sunday on here. I'm going to be pulling Sunday on my main account though. I'm not pulling Casterus on my main account. I'm pulling Sunday actually from my Dill on my main account. I meant to get him before, and she's gonna end up replacing Sparkle on that account. So yeah, this was just a really easy clear. Like I kind of messed up. Like I played really bad, honestly, on this side, with ultimate timings and things along those lines. But thankfully, because the first side was much easier clear, it makes up for the point loss, and I end up with, as you can see, I end up with the right amount of points. We're good. We're good there. Now, let me jump 30 seconds ahead. Do I look at my builds? When do I look at my builds? I'm gonna go look at my builds here somewhere. I think I'm talking about my PF and all that stuff here. Nope, go back. Go back. Go back. I think I was gonna end the video there. Did not. Yeah, this is me going through everybody. Genuine. Damn, am I going through? Oh, it's because I still have it on 2 times speed. Could you tell I'm so used to doing this? I can't even pay attention to my own video. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. All right, so Jingyuan is pretty decently built, like max traces, no eidolons. Um, all right, 66 crit rate, 178 crit damage, 139 speed. So he's speed tuned with Sunday, who's at 138, which is nice. Um, so with 12% crit rate, or is it 10% crit? I think it's 10% crit rate from his passive. Goes to 98, and then he gets what 20 crit rate from uh, or he goes to 88 when it's like he's 20 crit rate from him. So I think he's like 98 crit rate, almost 100% crit rate, something along those lines. He's really close enough that I don't care. basically. Right. My Sunday, oh man, I wish I should have shown you guys my orb, my ball and chain on him. They are literally perfect. They have speed, effect res, and crit damage, all both of them. And the rope is an energy regen. Absolutely. I did not craft them. They were drops. Absolutely perfect. So having over 200 crit damage on him is nice. Obviously, I'm on the crit damage set buffer. My Robin, I recently reorganized my Robin. Her relics are kind of bad in that I cannot get good attack percent rolls on her headpiece or her gloves, and I believe I have no attack percent on her energy recharge rope. So she's actually lacking quite a bit. And since I'm not running the attack percent light cone, she's under 4K, which is not the greatest, but she has the right amount of speed, and she has enough attack, and her energy regen is real good with that light cone. So I'm not too disappointed. They're both running all three of these characters, I believe, are running the increase the attack of the main your first target by 12%. So that's a good 36% more attack for that. Now it's funny is I actually probably run that on Robin. I should probably switch that with Robin up. Put Robin in the first one. She would get extra. It's not worth it. Anyways, yeah, there I am talking about running her with that, and then Ho is pretty standard, high HP, enough defense, a decent amount of speed. I think she needs a little bit more speed. I think I'm running her on post op. I run her with as much energy regen as possible. Energy regen rope, energy regen ball and chain, energy regen light cone, just as much energy regen as possible. I like having energy. I think I'm switching over to my other account here. Yeah. So yeah, on my standard team, I have it with Tingyan, but So yeah, my Linksha is on quid pro quo in order to again battery all my characters a little bit more, especially since I'm not running her on break effect. It's a lot easier for her to I guess build those things up. So I heard a voice. I don't know why. I would get distracted there for a second. Um, she is so Linksha is also she's crit build, 62 crit rate, only 101 crit damage. My relics for her are not the greatest. Um, let's go back a little bit. I want to go back to that actually. I went back too far. I did go back so far. Only 10 seconds. Yeah. A lot happens in 10 seconds. You don't realize just how much can happen in 10 seconds. What am I running her on right now? Like relic wise. Make sure I click through these pretty quickly. Come on, me. Hurry up. Light code, traces. Yeah, her traces are all maxed. I think I'm running her on the skill set. I'm running her on the and then I have her on Salsado because I actually had a leftover Salsado pieces. So that's where all her crit rate is coming from, which is nice, and the extra speed, which is nice. So I'd like to get her to like about 145 speed, decent, get her a little bit more crit rate, all that other stuff. So a little bit more crit damage. I think she's on a crit chest piece right now, so the crit build is kind of eh. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. Jingliu is nigh on perfect. I had her on an ice set before that was actually perfect. I had 50.1% crit rate. It was actually perfect. But I switched her to, I believe, the skill damage, ultimate damage set. Did I really go back far? I really did go back far enough. But okay, it's whatever. I'm really clicking through them real quick. Need to be a little slower on that in the future. That's just for my knowledge now going forward. She's speed tuned. So she has the exact same speed as Sunday at 138, but because of decimal speed, she is actually faster than him. So she is still speed tuned for Sunday. So Sunday is currently speed tuned for both Jing Yuan and Jing Liu. So when I want to use them, when I want to use her with Sunday, I can. Basically, I have no problems doing that. It's actually really nice. All the energy damage crit rate. With the crit, where the crit rate's kind of like overblown because she already gets 50%, but it means I can actually change her pieces up. Right now. She has exactly 2600 attack, which is like the desired amount, which I kind of like that. Yeah, so she's on the skill set, Runaland Arena. I don't think there's a better ball and chain for her, and I have a pretty good one, so I'm missing 6% crit rate. I'm not worried about it. It's the same thing with Jingyu right? Like that, anything above 90, I am satisfied. That's like a satisfactory crit rate for me. Would I like 100%? Absolutely, but I'm satisfied with 70, with 90. Anything below 70, I'm usually not okay with. Like I have a range. 70, I'm okay. 80 is good. 90 is exactly where I want to be. When I move over to Ranmei. So my Ranmei has a purple headpiece for the break set. Honestly, because I don't, now that I think about it, because I don't run her with the uh, with a break team, I should probably switch her to the speeds. I don't think she can't benefit from the speed set. What set should I move her to? Let me know in the comments below what you think I should probably run her to if I'm not running her in a break team, because she doesn't really need the break effect buff because it doesn't really help her. She's already at the max amount of break effect that she needs for her ultimate and all of her passives and stuff. So, Anyways, she's on a purple one because I haven't been able to find a better headpiece, and I don't want to go back and farm that domain. So, or that cavern. So yeah, don't at me. um, yeah, as you can see, this is me talking about it right here because I knew it was going to come up, so I started talking about it, and I was like, look, my Harmony MC also has a purple one. They both have purple ones. They both have break effect on them. I don't care. It works. It works. I probably should have opened up their full stats now that I think about it, but I did not. So yeah, that is that. Okay. All right. Well, with that in mind, I think I will leave you with the me of the past. I hope you guys like the sound content, and yeah, and enjoy. There's my Tribbie, Lycone, Traces, Alex. This is where we're at. Right now we're on the HP set. I made this. I crafted this piece, energy regen and crit rate for damage. I was hoping it would roll HP percent in it, and it did not, so it could still technically be better. But I knew it was going to roll that attack percent. I just had a feeling. Anyways, so that's going to be probably the end of this video. This was a Jingliu Trippy Jingyuan Sunday showcase of some kind for the new Apocalyptic Shadow. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like this type of content, and if you do, please leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe, just like Little Guy would do. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.